The following program is a special presentation from Hospice and Palliative Care Buffalo, with generous support from M&T Bank, Computer Task Group, and WBBZ-TV. The Hospice Light a Life Memorial Tree Lighting Ceremony is a treasured holiday tradition for the families who have been touched by Hospice and Palliative Care Buffalo. Join us now from Computer Task Group in Buffalo.
Good evening, and welcome to the 32nd Annual Hospice Light a Life Memorial Tree Lighting Ceremony. This is such a sacred and important tradition in our hospice community. In order to keep everyone safe, we are pleased to bring this special ceremony into your homes. Year after year, this event allows our community to remember and honor the loved ones we have lost. We hope this evening brings you a sense of peace and comfort during the holiday season. On behalf of all of us at Hospice and Palliative Care Buffalo, we wish you a happy and safe holiday season from our family to yours. We would now like to thank our sponsors. It is because of our corporate sponsors in the Western New York community that hospice can continue to provide care and comfort to families when they are most in need. We would like to thank M&T Bank, Dual Print and Mail, Cascades Containerboard Packaging, Thermal Foams, and our media partner, WBBZ. Thank you for putting together this special holiday program. I would now like to give a special thank you to CTG, our presenting sponsor and host of the Light of Life Memorial Tree Lighting Ceremony. For over 30 years, CTG has played a vital role in this annual event. It is because of their support and generosity that we can gather our hospice community each year to celebrate and remember our loved ones. Thank you, CTG, for all you have done for Hospice and Palliative Care Buffalo over the years. You are a pillar of our tree lighting ceremony, and we are so grateful to have a partner like you in the Western New York community. Next, I would like to introduce Drew Ludwig, Hospice and Palliative Care Buffalo Spiritual Care Counselor, for our ceremony invocation.
You are invited to join me in prayer, meditation, or silence. Let us pause in this moment to connect to our Creator, our center, our source. As we light lights tonight in darkness, we are aware that there is still darkness in this world, but that divine light chases away darkness. We come seeking that light. We ask that you bring comfort to those who grieve. We ask you to bring peace. We ask you to bring justice. As those who have gone before us shared your light with us, we offer ourselves to carry that light to others, so that the world may be filled with your life, light, and love. Amen. Let us keep silence together.
Like the stars of the Good evening. Throughout the holiday season, we are accustomed to finding ourselves surrounded by the love and warmth of family and friends. We cherish the depth and beauty of these connections and attribute meaning to our shared traditions and rituals. We anticipate togetherness, celebration, comfort, laughter, and joy. During periods of difficulty, distress, or challenge, we often seek comfort and solace in our interpersonal relationships and cherished community connections. When grieving, these connections may falter. Similarly, when navigating the implications of a global pandemic, we find ourselves without the comforting embrace, camaraderie, and support of these connections. Amidst one's grief and sorrow in the wake of both personal loss and pandemic, there is undoubtedly a void where one once found reassurance and comfort. The holiday season can hold some of our most cherished and dear memories, though in turn can magnify the realities of these losses. This year, more than ever, we seek a level of connectivity and solace that is unprecedented. We come together today as a community to pay tribute to our loved ones in this beautiful tradition, Hospice and Palliative Care Buffalo's 32nd Annual Light a Life Memorial Tree Lighting. We come together as a community honoring our loved ones, and in doing so, creating legacy. As we share in this tradition, may we recognize our shared experiences of loss and reflect upon the connections to our loved ones that still remains. In the words of the poet Thomas Campbell, "To live in hearts we leave behind is not to die." I would now like to introduce Dave and Ryan Zebro. Ryan sits on our Hospice and Palliative Care Board and is the chairman of the Foundation Board. The Zebro family has been touched by hospice over the years, and they would like to share their experience of how hospice helped their family and why it is so important to them.
Love is little, love is low, love will make thy spirit grow.
I guess this probably almost starts with my dad. When my dad passed away in 1980, hospice was just being formed up in Plattsburgh, New York. And I wish it would have been around then, because my father didn't have palliative care when he was dying of cancer. But it really took an impact on my life. In 1997, when my mom was passing away from cancer, she had hospice home care. And I just can't say enough about the care that she received. She was never in pain. She was never in pain the entire time. And she had, the care was spiritual. It was the best thing my mom said was, "I never thought it was going to be this easy to die." The family was prepared for it. We were totally prepared for the progression of what it was going to be like, and prepared for the various stages of the process. And I can't say enough about the quality of the care.
Yeah, no, I saw what my grandmother went through and the care that she got through hospice, and I remember my father just going on and on about how, they did make it so much easier for not only her, but the family as well. I think that's a big part of it, is the families, the caretakers, they need some relief. They need to know that their loved one's in the best hands possible, and I've seen it firsthand with my mother. I got involved with hospice soon after moving back to Buffalo in 2013. It was very easy to see the magic that this place has and the care that they give the patients and the families, and then you know, really just knew that this is a place that I wanted to not only, you know, it's not just about fundraising and just you know, writing a check, and it's really about getting the community involved and getting the community aware of what hospice does and what they can offer, because they can offer so much. And you know, I don't think that a lot of the families understand how much relief it can provide them, the palliative care and the outpatient services. And once they, you know, they do get hospice in the front door, they say, boy, I should have done this, I could have done this a while ago. I don't think many people thought I should have waited.
For example, my mom, she was with my sister. And when my sister I was out of town, and when my sister needed a break, she could go in the hospice residence. From my sister and my brother-in-law could have a break and then come back to the home for the home care process. And the end of life, like my wife was here, and my family, we would stay overnight. And the nursing staff here, phenomenal.
It's a very challenging job, and the folks that do it, you know, they do it for a lifetime because they just have that compassion, and you see it every day you're here. You know, all of the staff, the nursing staff, the doctors, administration, just everybody really, really cares, and it comes off in every encounter you have with anybody here. But I couldn't imagine a more peaceful place to be than here, or if you're able to be at home with the outpatient services. It's just that service and love and peace that you get with hospice. It just it makes the entire experience totally different than it could be.
It's not just the person going through the end of their lives, it's their families and all their loved ones. And they're all touched. They're all touched by this. So it's a warm, warm, warm feeling. Because anybody that's been touched by hospice, they're just going to say what a great, great end-of-life experience it is for a loved one. A mother, a father, a child. Because we do it all. I think if you, in Western New York, everybody's lives have been touched by cancer and hospice. Almost everybody. If you look at two organizations that people are very, very willing to give to, this is one of them, because it touches so many lives. We're born and we're going to die. It's a circle of life. And what better experience it is to go out with dignity and not be in pain. I experienced it.
You know, it's just such a special, special place that you really hope that the community utilizes it, because we're very lucky to have Hospice Buffalo.
One of the best in the country.
Thank you, Ryan and Dave, for reflecting on your meaningful hospice experience. I would also like to thank Hospice Spiritual Care staff Drew and Robert, the Westminster Presbyterian Choir, the Bell Choir, and the Bagpipers for participating in this evening's ceremony. It's time to light the trees. The tree lighting will be followed by choral selections performed by the Westminster Presbyterian Choir. Let's all count down together.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Author J.K. Rowling once said, "We've all got darkness and light inside us. What matters most," she said, "is the part we wish to act upon, because that defines who we really are." We have heard in our spoken word, testimonies, and music expressions of who we really are. We are a people of love, of compassion, of understanding, people of hope, and people who offer comfort in the face of suffering. How grateful all of us are for each other, for our benefactors who support us in so many ways, for our patients who continue to help our hearts grow bigger, and for our hospice family, of whom I am so proud to call my family. Let us conclude this Light of Life memorial tree lighting ceremony with these words of benediction. Creator of the universe, our mutual sacred scriptures tell us that your first act of creation was to enable light to conquer the darkness. During the day, the sun warms and nourishes our earth. At night, the brightness of the moon and the twinkling of the stars point us to the heavens. Continue to bless the work that we do together, for it is in the darkness of our world where your flame is the strongest and can lead us to act in extraordinary ways. May the lights of this memorial tree continue to symbolize each other, our patients, our benefactors, our hospice community, and all that is good in Western New York. May your light continue to shine on us all. Amen. Again, thank you for attending our 32nd annual Hospice Light a Life Memorial Tree Lighting Ceremony. May you and your loved ones continue to remain safe during this holiday season.
Feel free to take home your tags and visit the trees on the front lawn of CTG. The trees will remain up until the end of the year. Please wear face coverings, be mindful of crowding, and follow all Erie County COVID-19 guidelines. Visit hospicelightalife.com to find your loved one's name on the virtual memorial plaques. The preceding program was a special presentation from Hospice and Palliative Care Buffalo, with generous support from M&T Bank, Computer Task Group, and WBBZ-TV.